on that field today, ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! And let's go to and let's go to
When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's hunt now! Let's hunt now! Let's go! Let's hunt! We ready! And let's go to and let's go to
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin strap. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them. He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We ready! And let's go to and let's go to it's a wrap. Game over.
Nah, it's not over. We're just getting started right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on ROKU TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. It's Throwback Thursday. I got my man's Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball review. We got a lot to talk about today. Y'all know I was on one yesterday. Feel like I'm gonna be on one today too. Kris, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Just we had a Zoom session with Coach Kelvin Sampson. Just wrapped up about 10 minutes ago.
How'd I go?
So it was great. He was on one too, in a good mood. He told us some great stories. So as soon as UH provides us the session, I'm gonna post his answer to my questions. You know, I lead it off. I talk about the opponent on Monday, Northern Colorado from the Big Sky.
Yeah.
And then toward the end, I asked him about last night's team reception banquet that he said was very well received, had over 40 tables.
Wow.
And raised almost $300,000 last night for the men's basketball program, which they put on themselves, not Houston Athletics. They handle that. Lawrence Sampson does that. So yeah, he gave a long, detailed answer about his pride about the award reception and how when he first took over at Houston, there was not one. He asked Mac Rhodes about it. So when they're going on a foreign tour, we don't. We don't have a reception. We don't. And now look at him now. So there we go.
Were you there last night? Were you chicken and beef?
I was not there. I got invited a couple of years ago. I wasn't able to attend. Take care of my mom. But we'll see if Coach is serious about this, because during the call, he invited everybody on the call to attend next year's banquet.
Low key, I was on the call.
So I'm gonna hit up Lawrence Sampson about a few minutes later on today. Your dad invited us to next year.
Yeah, let her know you and I were on the call.
Yep.
we were on the call.
I got you, man. So I'm gonna make it happen. Yep.
Yeah. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, doing big things over there at the University of Houston. You got some women's basketball to deal with a little bit later on, right?
Yes, sir. Headed over there after I'm on with you, brother. So it's gonna be not a full hour for me today with the lunch break family, because I'm headed over to Houston to talk to Coach Huey, Layla Blair, and Tatiana Hill.
All right, now you be nice to Coach Huey.
I'm gonna be very nice with Coach Huey, because I got a question that I asked him off record, because I'm gonna try one more time to get something started here. No. It's a good thing. It's a very positive thing.
Okay. Because
I'm gonna put it out there. Can I put it out here between me, you, and Keith and the family?
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's gonna work, because I've failed at it so far in my tries. But once again, I'm going to try to turn up the heat on members of the women's basketball committee, NCAA, to try to get an answer, a reason, an explanation of why in the hell they have not come to Houston for a women's Final Four.
Yeah. We've had how many men's Final Fours here?
This will be the third one in 2023. Because, brother, I was at the men's Final Four committee, had a press conference earlier this week.
I was going to ask you about that too. Mm-hmm.
It went well. It was inside their office because they're going to kick off. They tipped off a volunteer program. So they're looking for 2,500 volunteers for the men's Final Four, preparation, events, etc. You got to register, go online. Articles on my website, HoustonRoundballReview.com, with information on how to register, go through background check, all those things. But you get some nice swag. You get an invite to one of the men's Final Four festival, not the game, but tickets to the festival. Mm-hmm. So it's a good, they're looking like 2,500 volunteers. But I'll say all that. While I was there, you know where it's located? It's not far from George R. Brown. I'm talking about the office. Mm-hmm. Okay? It's not far from George R. Brown. Mm-hmm. Got hotels near George R. Brown. I'm talking women's Final Four now. I'm getting focusing, laser focused on the women's basketball committee. Have the games at Toyota Center, not far from George R. Brown. Not far from hotels. Got hotels. I'm not going to name the chain because they're not paying us.
Right.
But major chains, not far from George R. Brown, within walking distance of Toyota Center. Hotels, restaurants. And yet you tell me you cannot have a women's Final Four here in Houston? Please explain to me. Make it make sense, Sway. Make it make sense to me, AJ.
Yeah. It don't. Not much is making sense to me right about now, man. That's why I'm on one today. So
let's do this.
Are you ready to do this?
I'm do this. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Before we do this, let's get all the good stuff out of the way. I guess Rockets lost last night, 109-101 to the LA Clippers for the second time in a row. Monday night, 95-93. What's happening, man? They got one win. They like at the bottom of the barrel in the entire NBA.
They're 1-8. Lakers won last night over the Pelicans. So they got 2 wins now. Lakers. So yeah. And Russ seems happy and content coming off the bench. Finally.
Shooting almost 50% since
finally Russ swallowed his pride. Finally. Good on you, Russ. Good for you, Russ.
I'm just saying.
That does not change your skills. Did not diminish your skill set, your manhood. If you come off the bench, you can still be Russ. Glad you're doing that. Props to you. But the Rockets, 1-8. Finally, Jalen Green broke out of his shooting slump. Mm-hmm. They had 3 guys score 20 last night. Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., Alperen Sengun. But Eric Gordon scored the same number of points that me and you did.
Right.
And we didn't play.
Right.
So, Keith, that tells you how many points Eric Gordon scored last night. Jabari Smith Jr., 1 for 10. He's struggling. He's going through a funk, shooting slump. Hey, that does not make him a bust.
Yeah.
Okay. He's just going through a shooting slump. All right. They're 1-8. They got production from their bench. I said this. I hinted at this, and I tell my family on the post-game show on the YouTube channel. The Rockets are going to go through struggles. They're young. They're inexperienced. They may play well often this season and still lose because they're not good enough yet. They don't know how to win and close out games. But pointing to Mr. Eric Gordon, you're a key vet, the vet you're relying on, depending on, counting on. He missed a layup Monday night to tie the game up, sending it overtime. He didn't score last night. If he struggles, then they're going to struggle.
Right.
Okay? So keep that all in mind. All these folks talking about Stephen Silas needs to be fired after 9 games, 8-9 games. For what?
Yeah.
Because, brother, if he does not win 20 games this year, more than last year, he'll be fired at the end of the season. So what's the point of firing him in November if he doesn't get it done at the end of April? He'll be done next season, next summer. It's going to happen. He knows that. The pressure's on him. He said he expects more wins this year.
Well,
he said that to us, all of us.
Yeah.
This is the results business.
Yeah.
Get it done. If you don't, you're gone.
Right. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on Throwback Thursday. Since we last got together, the Brooklyn Nets have parted ways with and fired at the same time. He quit and they fired him, Mr. Steve Nash. Your thoughts on that?
Good for Steve Nash. Get away from this dumpster fire. Good for him. He's still going to get paid. Good for him. Good on him. Because Brooklyn following up, going to supposedly, unless they've taken a step back and realize, have some thoughts about what are we doing, think about hiring a man who's one organization suspended for a year, a season. Yeah, let's hire him. Yeah. Huh? I mean, and I'm not even getting into how they're handling Kyrie or not handling Kyrie. What do y'all stand for? Brooklyn Nets organization. What do y'all stand for? Because it seems to just going whichever way the wind's blowing.
Yeah.
So I have no respect for that organization. So good for Steve Nash to get out of there.
Okay. All right.
I'm on one too, Willie Gibson. Let's do this.
I was gonna say I'm putting it in because it's a good segue to yesterday. I was on fire, bro. Yesterday I was just pissed at the world. I want to kind of bring it into where I was. So they fired Steve Nash. I asked the question, or somebody made a post, and I said, something to the effect of, I would like to see them bring in Mark Jackson. One of our colleagues, one of our brothers, who I'm very close to, I love, said, stop saying that. And then we kind of had conversation. It wasn't even heated fellowship, it was conversation back and forth about why I needed to stop saying that. And my thing was, what has Mark Jackson done that was so bad that he can't even get another, like I can't even say his name. I can't even say he should get another chance. And I'm trying to figure out why, you got all these people running around with a whole platform on cancel culture. But as soon as they feel justified in canceling somebody, it's okay. Now this person has to, the statement was made that they had to go to, maybe take a college job and prove that he has changed. Well, they don't have to do that. So why does Mark Jackson? And I just, let me ask you, what has Mark Jackson done so bad that he cannot be considered, in many cases, not even get an interview for another job?
Well, he got some interviews in the last couple of seasons. I think they were just, I'm not sure how serious they were. They just brought him in to kind of like, in a sense, assuage folks like you for saying, why hasn't he got a job? It's just like, well, we're giving him interviews now. See, we're bringing him back into the fold. So that's I think that's where they're going. They're not going to hire Mark Jackson. Okay, you can go back and say, look back at what words he was perceived to have said and what group of folks he supposedly offended and all those things. They're not hiring Mark Jackson. I was shocked that he got interviewed last couple of seasons because I said it a few years ago that I thought he was being blackballed by the NBA.
Yeah, no, he is.
So that was years ago. So that hasn't changed.
Blackball. Let me give credit to one of your brothers and one of my brothers from Folks Talking Sports. Willie Gibson said he also had an FBI extortion case that he dealt with as Golden State coach as well. I mean, he wasn't extorting money. Somebody was trying to extort him. And then he had a chance to get the Kings job. The owner wanted him, but he would not take the job over for Mike Malone because they are close friends. So it looks like he could have had a job, but he didn't want to take that job with his friend being the one he was replacing.
And that's good insight by Willie Gibson. But my response is it's the Kings. The Kings are a bad organization. Okay? So it's a job in the NBA. I get that. But I'd rather see him get a chance at a job in a well-run organization.
Yeah.
An organization that has a chance at success.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they've been the Kings for a long time. There's a reason why they're the Kings.
Right. That's funny when you said that.
They have made the playoffs for 17 years and counting because they're the Kings.
Yeah.
So not the Kings, not the Kings, the Kings.
Okay.
So yeah.
Let me take a quick break. I want to come back and then I'm gonna go ahead and get on my other one. I'll be right back. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on ROKU TV, courtesy of BS3. Be right back.
There's a 100% chance of a laugh thunderstorm. 4 men with different viewpoints take a movie, show, or documentary and review it uncensored, unfiltered, uncompromised, with no holds barred. Join BS3, Wilkes, King Dog, and H-Rap B as they take on Hollywood their own way. BS3 Network proudly presents The Forecast, where HRAP-B always predicts.
If I owe you something, I ain't got it. And if you need it, get it from God.
Live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
All right, another one of the great shows right there on the BS3 network. If you got a ROKU streaming device, just download BS3 TV and you will find the forecast along with other great shows, including the lunch break. All right, Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. So I'm trying to be a lot more subdued today than I was yesterday. They said my head was sweating yesterday. I was on fire because, again, I don't get it. It's such a double standard in our society right now about everything. And I'm not picking sides, but you can't whine and moan about cancel culture, when reality, a lot of times it's just accountability. You're just being held accountable for your words and your actions. But then as soon as somebody says something against respective groups that people just hold in such high regard, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't be, but clearly Mark Jackson stepped on one of those landmines.
Yes.
Where he offended a group that just, he just gonna have a hard time finding another job. I find that hypocritical. I find that very hypocritical. You talked about Kyrie Irving. I'm not at all about to defend what Kyrie said, but I will tell you this, and I'm don't say anything. Let me get in trouble because I'm on one today. I just wish our culture was protected like some of these other cultures. I just wish when we're attacked verbally, in the news, racially, and by police officers, by you name it, whoever, that we are defended like some of the other cultures are defended. And I'm just telling you, man, it's crazy how I'm not going to call names of groups, but when certain groups get attacked, there's legislation that's immediately put in place. When certain groups get attacked, you got folks from all different angles coming out and denouncing the attack. So all I'm saying is it's just crazy to me in 2022, this culture is still not defended and protected like other cultures.
That's the case all over the world. Our culture is treated, some places not even as second-class citizens. We're third class and less. We are considered less than by many people all over the world. So I don't know when that'll change, if it will ever change, because we went from kings and queens to in some folks' eyes, nothing, to being less than human, that our words don't matter, our actions don't matter, that, folks don't think that we have the same aspirations they do, that we want to succeed in life. We want to have a well-paying job, take care of our family, take care of our kids, have our kids do better than us, future generations. Oh, you do? Oh, no, you don't. You don't count. No. See, you don't think. You're not supposed to think for yourself. You're supposed to do what we say, do what we tell you to say, go back the years in the fields, tote that bale, boy. But now toss that ball, boy. We say all those kind of things. But Kyrie, we have freedom of speech in this country, but I forgot who it was. It was Ice Cube, Ice-T, freedom of speech. But watch what you say. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah. Because depending on what you say, you're going to offend somebody, and then they're going to remind you who you are. Yeah, and your place in the society.
And again, I'm not at all trying to defend what Kyrie said.
I'm not either.
That ain't my job. That's a grown man. He can handle himself. I'm sometimes you can look at one situation and find multiple things that could and need to be addressed. Many things can come out of one thing. And one thing that's very glaring to me is that level of protection and support doesn't happen when it comes to this culture. And I'm going to tell people right now, shut the hell up. I don't want to hear you talking about a victim mentality. I don't want to hear you talking about living in the past, because I got to listen to all your damn lies about your granddaddy coming over here with no money in his pocket, on a boat in the middle of the night and no shoes and all that. And now he's the head of Enron or Exxon or some damn big company. I'm sick and tired of your history being more important than everybody else's history.
Than ours. First of all, our history. Yes.
Let me give you an example. So there is a group called the People's Action Houston, and they were doing community service in Third Ward. And they were just out there giving out food and clothes and supplies. They were cleaning up the neighborhood. They were repairing people's houses, and they were doing it all for free. Mm-hmm. And they did a reel of it. Now, again, I'm not big on promotion like that. When we do stuff, man, I'm just kind of letting people know that we're doing it. I'm not showing you what we did because I don't believe I got to self-promote that. So here's what. They did a reel on it. And then this guy, I don't even know who the hell he is, Thomas St. Thomas, said, "Why do you think only Black people should be helped? Do you think that they are helpless for themselves? Are Mexican people not human too? Are Asians not as good? Or are they much, much smarter? Hang your racist head in shame for further dividing your people. If you honestly want to help them, then teach them how to act in public. Teach them not to burn and destroy other people's property just because they are pissed off at being Black. Teach the women to stop having babies with no one to care for and support the baby. Teach the Black men to start being fathers again. Stop the ignorance of voting for a person who is stupid just because they are the same color as you. This is your country too, but it's not all yours. Other lives matter too. And until you train your children this way, we will continue to see the total breakdown of your race." Here's the interesting thing. He ain't a little bit Black, but he felt empowered enough to inject himself into somebody else's business and felt superior enough to want to tell them how to do what it is they're trying to do. So here's what I said back to him. And I know Willie said, don't read the comments and leave the folks alone, but Willie, this one got me, so I had to step up. I said, the fact that you thought you were superior enough to come on here and make statements like these about people trying to uplift their community and not spreading any kind of hate says more about you than you clearly realize. I pray you find some love in your heart and get the plank out of your own eye before you attempt to attack people, anyone else like this again. Teach yourself before demanding of others. And I left it at that. And of course, you know, folks don't like to be challenged. You know, folks don't want their free speech questioned. So I got a whole bunch of gibberish coming back at my way.
Well, to the all lives matter comment as well. I wonder if he and his ilk go to a breast cancer rally and say, what about prostate cancer?
Right.
What about pediatric cancer? Right. Those cancers matter too. Right. Why are you having this just for breast cancer awareness? Right. Shame on you. You don't do that, do you?
Right. And that's why I say, man, if our community, ain't nobody asking for no handouts, ain't nobody, you know, these group of people were trying to take care of things themselves.
Which he says we should be doing in the first place, right? Take care of our own. Well, we're doing that.
But I'll be doggone it, man, if we could just get a little bit of protection, like other cultures and other groups, get just a little bit of compassion. Just a little bit. Nobody else said no. There are thousands of comments on this post, and nobody else said anything but me. And I'm not raising myself up. I'm just saying somebody had to say something.
Right.
And nobody did.
Right. This so many layers to this because we've been broken down for so long. Us, okay, people that look like us have been broken down for so long that we fail to lift ourselves up. Okay. And that's what some folks want who don't look like us, but sadly, some folks who look like us too want us to be divided, want us to, the field Negro, the house Negro. Lifting ourselves up. I've said it for a long time on this show and all my platforms. I want all of us to eat. Okay? And let me be clear on that. I want all of us to eat. You do your job, you do it well, you should be rewarded for that. Okay? That's not complicated. But somehow in the translation filter in their brains, oh, Kris just only looking out for black folk. Have you seen my platform? Have you seen what I have on my shows? Do you know who I am? You know, so I just brush that aside and keep it moving because I've been doing this for a long time without folks like you, you know, tossing words at me, whatever. I found folks who believe, share my beliefs and my values and my hard work ethic, and I keep it moving. That's why I'm still here. And trust and believe when I say this to listeners and viewers. There are folks who've been trying to tear me down and Houston Roundball Review down a long time. There are folks who are pissed off. I'm still shining, rising.
Yeah.
I'm still here. I'm still going to be here with the Lord's help. I'm going to keep it moving. I'm going to keep rising with brothers' help like AJ and Will and Ben. I'm going to come your way too, my man. We're going to do this.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, get out the way. I don't really care.
I'm so over who likes it and who agrees and who thinks that mine is worth being done, and I'm not doing it the way they would do it. That's the other thing that I want to talk about, and I'm gonna leave it alone, man. I know you got to go. Marcus Smart made some comments about Ime Udoka being considered for the Brooklyn job. And that man was asked a question and he expressed his answer to the question. And I'll be doggone it if several of us, and again, some of my brothers, jumped on him for the way he answered the question about Udoka's name being slandered and slaughtered. And now all of a sudden he's good enough to be the head coach in Brooklyn. And people are just attacking him because of the women and the situation. And he's grown and he made grown-up decisions. But this PG-18 today, people are damned if they do, damned if they don't.
Yes.
And I'm just going to say it from our industry. You want an athlete to give you an honest, straight answer, not a generic answer, not no answer. And then he gives you one, and I'll be damned if you won't just dissect everything he said.
You don't like his answer.
You don't like his answer. So here's what I want us to start doing. Before you answer the question, hand them the script. Hand them the script of what the answer is supposed to be, so you don't have to attack them in the social media realm after they answer an honest question out of their own emotion. I've been doing this 40 years, and I don't understand how we still don't have people who can appreciate an answer even if you don't agree with it.
Yep.
I get that there's some people that want to defend and believe the women at all costs. And if we don't stop using the ignorant line, because I have a daughter or I have a wife or I have a sister, you're literally saying that if you did not have those people, you wouldn't care about this issue.
Right.
Just FYI, while you're dissecting what everybody else says. So if you want to defend everybody and believe everybody, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the facts, regardless of the detail, fine, you do that. But you cannot expect somebody to not feel and emote in a way that's different than you. It actually makes your content a whole lot better when you get an honest answer like that.
Because look at it.
I'm done.
Boston decided to suspend him for a year for what he did or was accused of doing. No other answer. But they are good with him getting a job immediately. How many months has it been? 2? Has it been 2? I mean, so that's on Boston as well. Y'all decided to suspend. They did not fire him. Okay. Because Marcus said it. He thought Coach Doak would be back.
Right.
Well, that's what he thought based on how Boston handled it.
Right.
So now they're willing to let him go to Brooklyn for nothing. Something ain't right here. You know, and we're never gonna know publicly on the record what really happened and all those things. But the fact that they are willing to let him go to, and I think, aren't they in the same division? Right? An in-division rival, no compensation. So what the hell happened here? You know, that's something like Cole Sports. How are you doing? Well, I mean, something's going on here, man. I don't know enough about it, but from the outside looking in, something smells kind of fishy to me.
I agree with you, man, but God, we'll never know. Let me tell you why we'll never know, because anytime somebody tries to give their side of it that might lead us to further information, they get picked apart for doing it. And I'm just like, bruh, this is just ridiculous to me. I mean, shit, like I said, just hand out the script. Just tell them what you want them to answer or how you want them to answer before you even ask the question. And that way you'll just have a great interview and we can just go on with our lives without having to hear how you thought somebody should have answered their question, your question to them. Cole said, I agree with you, Kris. The Celtics letting him go to a divisional rival without any compensation is extremely suspect. I mean, and then, folks were defending the Celtics organization on how transparent they were. They let a whole woman not involved in any of it. In fact, 3 other women, not involved in any of it, literally get outed, their names, their pictures, their families, their dating histories, and everything before they even made a statement. So miss me on how transparent they were.
It's that selective memory. I mean, like they forgot that, or they chose to ignore it completely. I mean, come on, folks, we got to be better.
I know I'm got to be better. Sound like the old dude, get off my lawn, but I'm just saying, bro. Right now, man, there's just very.
But sometimes that is warranted. Sometimes we have to be that old dude, that old person, to say, "Get off my lawn" when you acting up, you're not acting right. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But I just.
Yeah.
But, and let me say this: I got a few more minutes. I'll leave about 12:40. Daniel Snyder. The man, I have been critical of him for so long, but he's going to land on his feet with the sale of this franchise, make more money. So unless he ends up in prison, and even if he does end up in prison, he can rest comfortably in prison, knowing that whenever he gets out, I'm going to have billions of dollars coming my way from this sale. I mean, you talk about failing up. This man, he literally ruined, and trust me, I know the history of the Washington franchise. It was racist and all those things for a lot of years. I know that. Okay. But growing up, it was one of the best, for me, I'm growing up, one of the best franchises in the NFL. He took over and made it one of the worst. Okay. And he kept doing it, just repeatedly doing it, dumb stuff. Over and over and over, and now he's finally agreed to, talk to a bank to open up engagement of selling the franchise, where he's going to make billions of dollars of profit to go away.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not living right, man. I mean, I'm gonna be out of the league, but making a profit of billions of dollars. Woo. Okay.
We have a person that we both know that I call a gangster. I call a straight gangster. And you know who he is over there at that red and white school over there in Third Ward. Dan Snyder's got to be a gangster, Doc. He's got to be a gangster. Dan Snyder is like, I'm not going to answer your subpoenas. I'm not going to. Listen, let me see when I can work that in. I'm probably not going to be able to work. When is it again? No, I'm going to be doing that thing then. So, for whatever reason, Dan Snyder has put himself in a position where he is playing chess while other people are playing checkers. Yep. He is going to make billions of dollars over his original investment and not have to put up with the hassle of being questioned, being, all this other stuff. Now, he might suffer some penalty for what he's already done, but those billions of dollars are still going to be there. It's not like they're going to confiscate those things because it came as a result of racketeering or, drug dealing or something like that. That money will be there. There's another owner that I think is a gangster like that, and that's Jim Irsay out there in Indianapolis. This dude rode around with enough drugs and money in his car that if he had been 3 shades darker, they would have him under the jail for all that money and all those drugs with the intent to distribute. But because he was a little bit lighter, he had a drug problem. And, him riding around with that amount of money, it's like pocket change. Yeah. And him having that many drugs is just because of his wealth, not because of his intent to distribute. So, he's still running around making NFL owner decisions as opposed to trying to find out if he can get a job with a felony.
And he was the first NFL owner to go against Daniel Snyder publicly. So he kind of started this latest ball rolling.
Yeah.
And he got his own skeletons in his closet.
That's why I say he's a G, bro. He's a G. He now forget those bodies. They never found anybody. You know what I mean? So I'm just telling you, man. I'm just not much of this is making sense to me right now. I'm not getting old. I'm not getting burned out. I'm not getting ready to drive off into the sunset, what have you. But it's just real telling when you look at some of these things that are in the headlines right now, and when you just look at the gist of them. Not all the details, not all the minutia, but you just look at the gist of the thing. Oh, so wait a minute now. Because he said that about that group, we got a problem. Because he did that in this situation, we got a problem. Because, he said that against that group of people, we got a problem. It's a whole different deal, bro. It's a whole different deal.
And Cole's right. Snyder has made a lot of money ruining the football team. He's made billions of dollars ruining that franchise, and is going to make more to walk away.
Yeah.
America.
Bruh, tell everybody what you got going on when you're broadcasting again, where they can find you, where they can follow you.
Man, oh man, thank you very much as always for the time to be on the lunch break. Short appearance today because I'm headed over to UH to talk to women's basketball coach Ronald Huey and two of his players, Layla Blair and Tatiana Hill. Their season starts on this Monday. College hoops is right there. Monday is the official start for the season for I think everybody in college. So we'll talk to them about that. Saturday, I hope to be at Rice for their women's basketball opener. I was at Rice Monday for the guys' game, exhibition game, making the round, doing what I can here to see the local teams. I'll be at TSU and HCU at some point as well. HoustonRoundballReview.com, Houston Roundball Review on Instagram, Houston Roundball Review, brother, on TikTok. Got a clip up from Bun B on my TikTok account from this Tuesday's press conference about the Houston Local Organizing Committee and the Men's Final Four. So that's on TikTok. Houston Roundball Review on Instagram. Tomorrow I'm going to have an interview with a colleague, Kenitra Pulliam from Kansas City. She was ESPN Plus, freelancer. She has her own story. I'm going to learn about her. She looks like us. She's female, has her own stuff she's dealt with in her career. I'm sure we're going to discuss that. That'll be on HoustonRoundballReview.com and on Houston Roundball Review YouTube. And then Saturday going to be a busy day for Houston Roundball Review YouTube because UH football plays SMU at 6. So that's going to be a post-game show. Let's Rage Cougs by Andy Yanez. And he's also going to be covering Game 6 of the Astros Phillies. So he's going to try to do that. And then I'm going to do a post-game show after the Rockets play Minnesota in Minnesota, playing Timberwolves. So all that's going to be on the YouTube channel. And then Sunday, me, Andy, James, and Willie Gibson will be on Folks Talking Sports at 6 p.m. Central to wrap it all up, preview college hoops, because we got a sponsor debuting on this Sunday, taking us throughout the basketball season. So a lot going on with the Houston Roundball Review. So there's plenty of space. You want to hop on this train, it's about to be a locomotive. So get on board or get run over. One more time. Since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review. Local name, global perspective.
Love it, brother. Love you too, man.
Love you. And I need to talk to you about next Thursday's guest.
Okay. All right. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, man. Take care.
All right. You too. Kris Gardner, man. I love that brother can just jump on and flow wherever I go. So, yeah, let me take a break. Let me get my thoughts together. We'll come back. We'll talk about them Astros when we come back. Let's continue to – okay, yeah, let me pop that up so he can see it later, Cole. Appreciate you, man. All right, let me go ahead and take this break. I'll be right back. We'll talk Astros and more after this on the lunch break, powered by Jones Media and Entertainment, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV.
If you're looking for a sports program that gives you the flavor.
Washington Commanders? Really?
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
That pulls no punches.
Thuggish act by a thuggish actor.
That gives you some humor.
Praise everything LeBron does and never criticize it.
If you want a show that gives you good times, then This is That Show. BS3 Network proudly presents.
I am Cole Johnson, and welcome to
Cole Sports with a Z. Every Friday on Patreon and every Saturday on YouTube, Spreaker, and all other outlets.
That's a bad man, Cole Johnson, right there. Cole Sports. Y'all be sure to check it out. And Cole, I owe you an apology, man. We were supposed to have you on a few Thursdays back, and I just flat out, it went in this part of the head and out the other, man. So we got to redo that. Please, please, please charge that to my head and not my heart. All right. Astros said, no, last night to the Philadelphia Phillies. Respectfully, had a 4-man no-hit shutout victory in Game 4 of the World Series, only the second time in Major League Baseball World Series history that a no was pitched. This one was the first ever multi-pitcher no-hitter. So, again, congratulations to them. Them guys got it done. Christian Javier gave him 6 innings of no-hit baseball, was followed up by Brian Abreu, Rafael Montero, and Ryan Presley, all combining for a no. All right, but anyway, man, I'm telling you, I was real excited about that. Very excited about that. They are now tied in the World Series with the Philadelphia Phillies after beating them 5-0 last night. And they got a chance to go up 3-2 tonight. If they can find a way to get one more run than the Phillies after the bottom of the ninth is over, then, baby, they come home leading the series with 2 chances to wrap it up and give Dusty his first World Series chip. Cole said the fact that the Stros did the no against those hot bats says, especially the way those bats went off last game before last night. Man. And I'm telling you got people talking about they cheating and they're rubbing stuff on the ball and all this guy. It don't matter. Y'all couldn't hit a goddoggone thing last night. Y'all couldn't hit it if he threw it underhand last night. That's a whole different day. Justin Verlander, JV, has got to come on with the come on. And one thing I know, this is not game 1. So manager Dusty Baker is not going to be trying to get Justin's confidence up. He's not going to be trying not to hurt Justin's feelings. If they get in that one and Justin is in trouble early, pull him on out, Doc. Pull him on out. Don't play with him. Pull him on out. Pull him on out. Pull him all out. I don't think that there's any controversy with Framber Valdez, especially when he is being checked after every single inning. I mean, listen, Framber Valdez is the best cheater in the whole wide world. If he's pulling off some cheating right now and he can get it wiped off and put up by the time he gets to the first baseline or the third baseline, whichever side he's got to go off on. Because, baby, they check him after every single inning. Framber Valdez just can pitch, and they can't get to him like they got to Justin Verlander. So, they got to try and play head games. I get it. The 2017 Astros opened this up. I'm not mad about it. All I say is, hey, you don't know Dusty Baker if you think that this organization right now is cheating. Yeah, they show him wiping off that and all that. Yeah, I see it. But again, if you've ever played baseball, you've ever covered baseball, you know that there are people with more ticks in baseball where they do the same thing over and over again. It don't look like it makes any sense. It looks like they're doing something that they ain't got no business doing. If that's the case, then what's Bryce Harper doing when he's going to his gloves all the time? What's he doing? Is he getting rosin on his hands to put on the bat so that he can hit better? There are just so many superstitions and ticks and OCD type behavior. Again, Dusty Baker is not going to put up with that on his watch. Dusty Baker said it when he got in here. There will be none of that going on while I'm here. Said it with his chest, and he meant it. And then he also said, and people ain't going to come up to me with a whole lot of that because I'm not that kind of guy. In other words, look, I got mine. You make sure you got yours and watch how you talk to me. Dusty Baker's handling his business. Dusty Baker's handling his business. There are folks that were second-guessing Dusty because of what happened with Lance McCullers in Game 3. Dusty Baker showed last night that he knows what he's doing. Most folks would have left Christian Javier in too long trying to accomplish a feat that is a great accomplishment. But if you don't win the doggone game, it don't mean nothing. Ask the Golden State Warriors when they won 73 games. 73 don't mean a thing if you ain't got that ring. Dusty Baker said he's pitched 97 pitches. He's coming out. Brian Abreu did what he was supposed to do. Rafael Montero did what he was supposed to do. And Ryan Presley, the closer, went out there and closed. And, oh, yeah, by the way, they got the win, and they had a no. So, yeah, man, ain't nobody listening to that outside noise. If the Astros win this World Series, it will be redemption from the 2017 team. It will be. You're going to have people who will say whatever they want to say. It don't mean it's true. It don't mean it's true. To me, what does it say? Cole Sports says, to me, Dusty managed Christian Javier like he may need the arm in Game 7. Smart. Absolutely. Because Dusty is not a fan. Dusty's not looking at just this game. Dusty's looking at the whole series. Dusty's looking at the whole series. Dusty is the right man for this organization after that nonsense that happened. And I want Dusty to get, he first of all, he's getting paid. He should have an extension. He doesn't have one yet. And I at least want him to go out of here with a chip. All right? So, again, Astros tonight in Philly, 7:03 Central, 8:03 Eastern for Willie Gibson. And it'll be Justin Verlander versus what's my man's name? Noah Syndergaard. Noah Syndergaard, yeah, tonight. So we'll see if the Astros can get 2 in a row. Nobody in this series has won 2 in a row yet. Nobody in this series has won 2 in a row. Or have they? No. The Phillies did. I'm sorry. I done lied already. See, I will admit when I'm wrong. When I mess up, I messed that up. The Phillies have won 2 in a row. Get out of here. No. Yeah, the Phillies won game. Okay, hold on. Let me get it right now. Phillies won game 1, Astros game 2. Phillies won game 3, and Astros won game 4. So, right, nobody's won 2 in a row yet. So we'll see. The first team to do that, I think, will get the edge in winning this series. Cole Sports said Keith Hennick, 3 American League championships in 4 years, says it with missing the 4th AL championship by 3 innings. Yeah, Cole, I was right. I had to see it for myself. Nobody's won 2 in a row yet. We'll see if the Astros can do that tonight. What's interesting is the Astros are playing the Phillies in Philadelphia tonight. The Eagles are playing the Texans in Houston. And I think the Eagles are going to pitch a no. I think they're going to run wild on the Texans. I hate this for Lovie Smith. I think that there's times when you ain't the best team out there, and you got too many holes and things that are not going right for your organization. Now, on any given Thursday night or Sunday night or Monday, anybody can win. So am I saying that the Texans got no chance in hell? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the probability is that the Eagles are going to win by double digits, especially given what Tennessee did to the Texans on this past Sunday. So I got the Astros tonight. I've got the Texans losing tonight, and we'll see. We'll see how things go. All right, let me take one more quick break. When I come back, we'll talk about the Lunch Break Weekly Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge. We'll do that next when we come back right after this on the Lunch Break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV.
That's why we here on this platform.
Marriage, a loving splendor, a daily grind. Such is the case when Damien and Jamie get together and chop it up, for marriage is real.
Let's just lay it all out here. Let's just be real with it.
Join this wonderful couple who keeps it real and always in love. BS3 Network proudly presents Marriage is Real, where love is the only thing that matters. Live every Tuesday at 8:30 Central. Oh, and Jamie has something to say.
Deuces and trays.
Marriage is Real, man. That's a great show. That is a great show. I was talking with one of my colleagues about that show and just about relationships. And yeah, man, I love it. So if you want more of that, BS3 Network is where you can find it. Download BS3 TV from your Roku streaming device and you will have it, or go to bs3network.com. That's bs3network.com. All right, all Mad said, no. Texans by 3. Nah, bro, not tonight. Not tonight. Let me see who the Texans play after tonight. We'll see if they can get that one. How about that? Let's see. NFL, Texans. Who they got after tonight? That's the one they're going to get. So they go to the Giants. They're not going to get that one. Then they host Washington. They might get that one. Then they go to the Dolphins. They're not going to get that one. And then Deshaun Watson and the Browns come to town on December 4th. They're not going to get that one. They'll go to the Cowboys. They might get that one. Then they host the Kansas City Chiefs. They're not going to get that one. They go to Tennessee. Jacksonville at home. And then at the Colts. Good Lord. I said 7 wins. I don't see them no more. I don't see 7 wins no more. I don't. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But right now, I don't see them no more. Let me look at – no, I still don't see them. I still don't see 7 wins anymore. All right. Real quick, if you want in on the Lunch Break Weekly, Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge so you can win like Keisha Kelly did this past week, all you got to do is get me all of your picks from tonight through Sunday. And then for the Monday night game, give me the exact score of the Ravens and Saints game, and you can email them to me, aj@jonesmediaandent.com, aj@jonesmediaandent.com, or you can text them 832-403-5005, 832-403-5005. You got to have all the games from Thursday, Sunday night, and then for the Monday night game, give me the exact final score for both teams and get those to me by 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. East Coast, Willie Gibson, 5 p.m. in the mountain area, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Got to get them to me today. Don't wait till tonight. You're going to mess up. Get them to me today, and then you're in. Don't have to register. Don't have to pay an entrance fee. Don't have to have played before. You got a chance to win $50 cash. If you're in the top 6 at the end of the week, or at the end of the season, top 6 at the end of the season, you have a chance to compete for $500 cash. Right now, the top 6 standings: Al High at number 1, Big Time Floyd at number 2, Miss Pearl at number 3, Emmanuel at number 4, Milo at number 5, and Delano at number 6. Amber, Chi-Town, Erica with a K, Football G, Clarence, and Alexis are all just outside of the top 6. Just outside of the top 6. So again, y'all, get your picks in. No entrance fee. No, you don't have to have anything special. Just get me your picks by 6 o'clock Central. All right. What else we got to talk about? That's it. I'm ready to go, man. I've been on one for the last couple of days. Y'all got my head hurting. I had to take my baby girl to the emergency room today. She's fine. So just need to get back to her. So as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you. And there ain't nothing you can do about it except for, golly, man, y'all treat us like you treat everybody else, man. Can you do that? Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow for Freestyle Friday. Y'all take care. We'll talk to you then.
Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is, I like to call it Friday Eve. Some folks prefer Thursday, November 3rd, 2022. Number 1, less than 1 week before the most consequential November 8th midterm election, President Biden addressed the nation Wednesday evening. Following up on his last speech in November, in which the nation's top Democrat called for the battle for the soul of the nation, he warned Americans that in addition to other concerns, democracy is on this year's ballot. In a preview of the Wednesday night speech, Mr. Biden spoke those words Tuesday on the campaign trail in support of Senate candidate Val Demings and Charlie Kris gubernatorial campaign in the state of Florida. Number 2, Wednesday, Russia agreed to rejoin a wartime deal to allow grain shipments safe passage out of Ukrainian ports after abruptly halting the deal last week, according to Turkey's president. Turkish President Erdogan said his defense minister heard from the Russian defense minister that the deal would continue in the same way as before as of noon Wednesday. Moscow suspended the deal, brokered by Turkey and the United Nations, after a Russian warship in the Black Sea was damaged. Russia blamed the incident on a Ukrainian drone strike. Number 3, Pfizer's COVID-19 treatment helped the pharmaceutical giant balance tumbling international sales for its coronavirus vaccine and top third quarter expectations. The pill treatment Paxlovid brought in $7.5 billion in sales in the quarter and has generated more than $17 billion so far this year. Number 4, late May, 12-year-old Zaire Mitchell and 9-year-old Lamar Mitchell died in a fire at their home in Flint, Michigan, which was a 3-minute walk from the local fire station. Weeks later, the city's fire chief determined that 2 white firefighters lied about properly searching for the brothers and knowingly made false reports. The 2 were initially suspended without pay, which was later changed to suspension with pay. Number 5, Michelle Davey and her 8-year-old daughter Leia from Baltimore County, Maryland, are the authors of My Voice is My Superpower. It's an inspiring book that reminds young girls of the many ways in which they can use their voices as their superpower to encourage, protect, and speak out. Davey is a licensed clinical social worker who is passionate about empowering women and has had the honor of meeting many women who have allowed her to walk with them on their healing journey. Read more about the book in today's What You Need to Know newsletter. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. We are more powerful when we empower others. All right. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with our mental health and wellness contributor, Aprilette Russell, as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Black Voters Matter and HBCU Go TV. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.